So today we are going to be reviewing subject pronouns and ser because Christmas break just ended, and I'm sure you guys didn't just study Spanish the entire break. Hopefully you got to spend good time with your families and enjoy a little bit of a break. So to get started, some people are still a little bit confused on what subject pronouns are. So we're going to review subject pronouns in English first. And if you notice, the order that I'm going to do these notes and this review is going to be directly matching the order of your assignment for this week. And the examples that I use are actually going to be examples from your paper. So you might get a couple of free answers here and there if you watch the video and if you follow along. So to start off in English, what are subject pronouns? So subject pronouns are going to be the little words that we use to replace the subject of a sentence. This is a very like Miss Clevenger definition. It's not necessarily a proper definition. So the little words that replace subject of a sentence. And when you see the examples in English, you're going to be like, oh, wow, that makes a lot of sense. So examples of subject pronouns in English are I, you, he, she, or they, we, and then there's you, plural. But like a way that we say you, plural, in Kentucky is you all, or y'all for short. So you guys will definitely see me using y'all on your worksheets, just because that is a term that we are familiar with, and it makes understanding you, plural, a little bit simpler. So I've got your paper printed out right here. I know it's tiny, but I'm going to read the directions. So it says subject pronouns in English. Read the sentences below and select the correct subject pronoun that can replace the subject of the sentence. So the first one, we're going to do number 1 and number 2 together. So Jordan is my friend. Just thinking in English alone, what we're going to do, we're going to take the subject, who the sentence is about, which is Jordan, and we're going to replace it with a subject pronoun. So if I said, Jordan is my friend, I'm going to pick one of these subject pronouns to replace the word Jordan. So if I put you all is my friend, that completely changes the meaning of the sentence. So I can't do that. I can't say I is my friend because I am not Jordan. So depending on if Jordan is a name for a girl or a boy, you'll pick he or she. In this case, we'll just go with he. So he is my friend. You'll notice that these two sentences are virtually identical. They have the same exact meaning. Theoretically, they're talking about the same person because he is Jordan. They're the same person. And let's go on to number 2. So number 2 on your paper, says Miguel and Tom are students in the class. So the subject of this sentence, who it is about, it's about two people. It's about Miguel and Tom. So when we're combining two people or a group of people for a subject pronoun, we are going to be making sure that this turns into one word, if that makes sense. So theoretically, we could say he and he are students in the class. But that doesn't really sound natural. He and he. We don't say that in English. So to combine he and he to make a plural subject pronoun, we have three options. We could pick we, y'all, or they. So let's think about this. First one, we. Anywhere in this sentence does it indicate that I am in the subject? No. So it can't be we. Our next option, y'all. It cannot be y'all or you all because nowhere in the subject does it indicate that you are in the subject, that you are being referenced. So we are going to pick they. And if you think about it in English, this makes perfect sense. They are students. That has the exact same meaning as Miguel and Tom are students. They are students. And so you guys are going to go through and you're just going to think about these in English and try to pick which option makes the most sense. And your page is multiple choice. So if you're stuck on one, a simple solution that you might be able to use is just to use process of elimination. Plug in the answers and see which ones sound the best. Because in English, your brain is really going to click with those. So what we're going to do now, we're going to switch languages. We're still going to do the exact same thing, except we're just going to be looking at the Spanish words. So we have all seen this chart before. If you haven't seen this chart before, it just means that you didn't do like 2 months of work in Spanish 1. So these are our Spanish subject pronouns. If you don't have these written out somewhere or if you don't have them memorized, I would really suggest writing them out now. And if you want some help pronouncing them, so we have yo. Yo is how you say I in Spanish. Tu, with the accent, is how you say you, and this is informal. So this is the form of you that you will use if you're talking to like a friend, someone who's your age, or someone that you're really familiar with. El, with the accent, is he. Ella is she. And usted is you, but it is formal. So if you're having a conversation with like an adult that you don't really know, a doctor, a teacher, a principal, it's polite to use usted in place of tú. So all of these on this side, you'll notice are singular. They just talk about one person. So a good hack is on your worksheet, if your subject is just one person, you know it has to be one of these 5 options. And then on this side, these are all plural subject pronouns. They all are going to refer to groups of people. So if your subject is a group of people or more than one person, you know it has to be one of these 5 subject pronouns. So nosotros is we. Vosotros is y'all. And this is only in Spain. Ellos is they, masculine. And if you remember, the masculine just means it's a group of boys or it's a group of girls and boys. And then ellas is they, feminine. So this is they if it's just a group of girls. There are no boys. And then ustedes also means y'all. It's the same thing as vosotros, except it's used everywhere. Okay. So we'll do 1 and 2, just like we did earlier. So we have Marisa es mi amiga. I even provided you with the translations of these simple sentences, so you had 0 excuses as to why, you refuse to do the work. Or I just want to give you as many opportunities to try as possible. So Marissa is my friend. We are going to be replacing the word Marissa with one of these 10 words. So first things first, is Marissa one, is it singular or is it plural? So we know that Marissa is one person. So we're going to pick from this side of the chart. So now we're just going to go through and figure out which one makes the most sense. Would I say I is my friend, you is my friend, he is my friend, she is my friend, or you is my friend? So we know it's either going to be he or she. Those are the only 2 that really sound good. They sound correct. And then Marissa is a girl's name. So the answer would be ella es mi amiga. She is my friend. So it has the same meaning, just in Spanish. And then number 2, in parentheses, I have I, because there's not, I guess I could say Miss Clevenger, comma, soy de Kentucky. Miss Clevenger, I'm from Kentucky. But that doesn't really make sense in English or Spanish. So soy de Kentucky is just I'm from Kentucky. It does not have the subject pronoun in this sentence, the subject pronoun for I. So we're just going to sub it in. We're going to put it in there. And since we already know that the answer is I, we're just going to write in yo. And there we go. And then the last section is all about the verb ser. So in Spanish, they have special conjugations. They have special forms of verbs to go with each subject pronoun. So all of your verbs in Spanish, every single one that we learn to conjugate is going to have a different version of itself in each of these boxes. So I know we've seen this chart before, but just to help you all visualize, I'm going to go ahead and draw it out again, as practice makes perfect. And I'm also going to write in the subject pronouns from the chart that we just drew up there. So the verb ser, it means to be. I know I already said that, but it bears repeating. So in English, this verb is going to function as like the word is, am, are. That's what it means. I know we don't really use to be as a verb that frequently. So to say I am, you're going to say yo soy. So soy is our form of ser. To say you informal are, I'm going to say tú eres. Now, all three of these pronouns are in the same exact box, so they are going to share a form of ser. So all of these will use s. So I can say he is, she is, or you formal are. Nosotros will be somos. So this will be we are. Vosotros sois. It's an I. So this will be y'all are. And this is just in Spain. And then all three of these options will share a form of ser. So this will be son. So this will be they are and y'all are. So it just depends on which option you pick. So it could be they are, could be y'all are. So instead of giving you multiple choice questions for this, I gave you fill in the blanks. Because in a way, all of these are multiple choice because we have 6 options to choose from for every single question. So we are going to do 3 examples. We'll do 1, 2, and 3. Sarah blank bonita. So I'm trying to say Sarah is pretty. So this portion of the assignment is going to require an extra step compared to what we did up at the subject pronoun section. So we are going to determine our subject, who the sentence is about. So the sentence is about Sarah. So what we are going to do now is pick which subject pronoun we could use to replace Sarah. So we know it's singular. Sarah is one person. So it has to be either yo, tú, él, ella, usted. One of those. Now, because we are talking about somebody, we know it has to be either él or ella, because I'm not talking about myself and I'm not talking to you. So it has to be either he or she. And because Sarah's a girl, it will be ella. And then we select the form of ser that is in that box with the subject pronoun. So Sarah es bonita. Sarah is pretty. Number 2, we have Kayla y yo blank interesantes. Kayla and I are interesting. So our subject is Kayla y yo, Kayla and I. So this is a plural subject. This is more than one person. So we know it's going to be one of these 5 options. So we have to think, Kayla and I, could this be replaced with we, y'all, they, or y'all? So Kayla and I are interesting would be the same as saying we are interesting. We are interesting. So we are going to substitute in somos, because our subject is Kayla and I, or nosotros. And then number 3, our last example, yo no blank rubia. Our subject is yo, or I. So I am not blonde. So our subject is singular, so it has to be one of those boxes, and it's yo. So this one's simple because it's written directly there. So our answer will be soy. Okay, so those are all the examples that I'm going to give for today. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to stop by the help sessions later this week, or message me on Remind, send me an email. I'd love to help you out.